Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Pushing on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give nothing to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight is done.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Fury here. Time for another exciting review of My Little Pony Season 8, Episode 8 review. So, this is the parent map. Now, a little confession here. I actually did watch this episode before it even aired. That's right, I actually watched the leaked version first before this actually aired on the network.
You what?
Yes, you could sue me for that later. The reason why was because that one at least did have the sound with the audio and the music, and I was able to hear it much more better. And because of that, well, okay, not every sound mind you. There were a couple of hiccup sound effects missing, but I was still able to enjoy it, and I did watch the episode, and it was cool. I enjoyed it. I think the episode itself, so I mean, well, yeah, because I enjoyed watching it. That's what I mean. I'll give my overall thoughts on the actual episode itself. So I enjoyed watching it, you know, it was fine. So it was the first somewhat earliest episode I watched out of the season. Everything else is, you know, yeah. But anyways, yeah, so here we go with this episode. So this episode, we get another map episode. And it's not the main 6 this time. So I think, as we predicted by now, the whole map itself is just basically calling every single pony, I guess, related to that task of, like, either Twilight, of her friends. I don't know if it's, like, everyone in the actual part of Ponyville. I don't really, or not Ponyville, but, like, basically, I mean, it could be all around Equestria. It could call whoever needs help. I mean, I guess who is connected with Twilight and Company. I'm guessing that's how the map should work. I guess who's ever connected with Twilight and Company, which is probably my guess, because I don't think it's for, like, just some random pony like, oh my god, I just noticed my ass was glowing, and oh, well, I guess I gotta go somewhere. So, it's not really every single pony known to mankind. It's just basically the ones who are associated with Twilight and the gang, which actually makes sense. It's from what my perspective point is where I'm pretty much going with. So anyways, for this episode, we got the map mission of Starlight and Sunburst. I ship it. So we got that going on, and it's actually with their parents. Their parents are having a bit of an issues of a problem. So basically, we meet the parents. And no, it's not like, you know, meeting the Fockers from Meet the Parents. We're actually talking about meeting parents as in Starlight's and Sunburst's. So we actually see that, and yeah, I mean, they're pretty much what you would kind of expect them to be, really. Now obviously they're much different compared to what we saw last season with Rainbow Dash's parents. This time around, they're just your kind of typical embarrassment of parents, pretty much, or just pretty much a lack of communication, as I like to call it. It's basically what this whole premise of this episode is. It's just pretty much a lack of communication between daughter and father and son and mother. So, yeah, I don't know why they couldn't just release this episode for Mother's Day, but whatevs. But basically, though, we actually get to see them, and I gotta say, when it comes to Starburst's mom, Sunburst, why did I say Starburst? That's a ship, and I just said that. Jesus, I just realized that. You know what I mean? Basically, Sunburst's mom has got it going on. Like, oh my god, like, there are so many lewd shit you could possibly think of when it comes to her mom. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I guess she's pretty much MILF material? Maybe? I guess? I don't know, because she doesn't really look like she's kind of old. Maybe a little bit of middle age, but nowhere near old. And isn't Starlight somewhere like in her 20s, I think, or something like that? Isn't she like somewhere in her 20s, but or a little younger than Twilight? But I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong. And same with Sunburst too, unless Sunburst is a little older. Maybe he's like close to 30 or something, but I don't know. Anyways, moving on though. So this is pretty much what's going on. Pretty much with Sunburst's mother, she wants to pretty much open, like, she wants to turn, like, part of the town into sort of like, you know, a really fashionate kind of thing where, you know, I guess pretty much for the rich people. So is this like a political kind of episode as well? Like, nani? Okay, I can kind of see where some people have the problem with this episode is the balancing of how this episode is. So I guess you could say that the balancing of this episode is a little bit off, but other than that, though, it wasn't really a bad episode at all. I mean, I still really enjoyed it. So when it comes to that, though, yeah, we got the rich and we got the poor, or just not really the poor, but mainly we have Starlight's dad pretty much just wants to have like a lot of books and a lot of history requiem stuff pretty much open for most of the entire town. So it seems like the problem is to work out the situation, how they're going to combine and, you know, pretty much work it out on pretty much a working together of lack of communication to see like which parts of town that they can actually use to, you know, build whatever they can, etc. And I guess for like business profits, etc. So then what I loved about this episode too is that we kind of find out about Starlight's growing up phase, and yeah, she's a metalhead pretty much, or a punk, I guess maybe metal / goth, I guess you can say, and that kind of presents, because it's like, wow, that's actually, whoa, I'm like, okay, like, she must have had a lot of issues growing up, and I'm guessing those are probably most of the issues of that actual household on pretty much why she became that dictator we saw back in like season 5 pretty much. And it's just like, and then she's like trying to remember, it's like, oh god, no, I don't want to go back. It's like freaking non-flashbacks. You just don't want to remember it. So yeah, so that part right there was actually really funny. But yeah, I can kind of understand exactly what the problem is. So while some people may not find this episode like the greatest of all of them, because it is just a pretty simple concept, it was great just to see these characters, and I really did like the fact that Starlight was able to finally listen to Afar. I was like, look, you know, I'm a grown mare now. Like, I'm not like, you know, the little filly that you used to know. I'm actually grown up. I'm an actual, you know, a pupil of Twilight's now. Like, I'm a big deal now, and so is Sunburst. And Sunburst is like, look, I'm not like a powerful wizard or anything like that. I just basically like do a lot of like, I create like a lot of like magic potions and everything and kind of spells and etc. But I'm not like the most important wizard in like all of the Crystal Empire. So yeah, unless maybe, just maybe, he probably got that title now, but I'm not 100% sure. Then again, he should be well known, especially since he did save the actual Crystal Empire from the destruction of the baby, which kind of, or I should say Flurry Heart. You know what's weird too? What's kind of funny too is that I kind of forgot about Flurry Heart most of the time because we barely see her anymore. So it's just like, huh? But anyways, yeah. So that's pretty much the whole premise of the episode. But overall, though, I still really enjoyed it. Though, had a really good comedic moments and just some typical moments you kind of expected. And yes, it is predictable the way it ends up. But still a pretty good episode overall. Still really had fun with it. I think the parents were pretty cool. I mean, I don't know about cool, but just like, you know, I can understand and I can relate to some stuff like that where they think that there are certain things that I can't really still do yet. And I keep telling them, look, you know, I'm grown up. It is what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, I'm living my own life now. I don't really need to be, you know, basically doing the stuff that you're always trying to make me do or whatever. Because, you know, again, I can relate to that, you know. Especially when I was finally an adult and I, you know, moved out and everything. And, you know, yeah. So I can kind of relate to this episode pretty much myself. But overall, yeah, that's pretty much it, though. But overall, I'm going to give the episode a 4 out of 5. Gonna give this episode a 4 out of 5. Pretty good episode. I actually really enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 8, Episode 8 review of the Parent Map. What do you guys think of that? And I'll see you guys next week for Episode 9. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Click on that bell to join the squad. Follow my social media plugins, gamer tags as well. And if you haven't, please join the Plus Ultra Discord down in the description box down below. Check it out. You will not regret it. And that is it. So, peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. MONEYMIKE fans, keep supporting Rich Read What You Watch. And bronies, bro who, brony on. See you guys next week.